Well, that was a really nice bounce back for our team after the first game. I'll tell you, in game one, their starter was really good. He was able to really locate his fastball. Threw his changeup when he needed to. A couple of other off-speed pitches. We just had a really tough time with him, and he did a terrific job. And they did a nice job against Lynch too. And I'm just proud of our guys that even falling down 4-0, that we were able to bounce back, score 8 runs in the bottom of the second, and then they made it close there in the middle of the game, and then we responded and did pretty well off their bullpen. So these. I mean, you look around the league, you look around the top leagues in this country. When doubleheaders are played, they're really tough, and most times than not, you see one team win one and one win the other. And Miami's got a good ball club, and so we're going to need to play really well tomorrow to have a chance to win the series. Yeah. Well, I think our at bats in the second game were more our at bats. They were dictated by us. They were aggressive passes where I felt like in the first game the at bats were dictated by their starting pitcher, and that's to his credit. And sometimes those pitchability left-handers, sometimes they control what you can do. And so certainly I was proud of our guys that, when I talk about us responding after the first game, I thought we had a really aggressive offensive approach. Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, we've always taken pride in that. We've always taken pride in striking out, not a whole lot, and drawing walks, and being aggressive, but being aggressive in pitches in the strike zone. So the second game was certainly an example of that, and it was very good approach, I thought. He stiffened up. Yeah, that's why he came out of the game. That was a long inning. It was after the bottom of the second inning. And so I don't know what's going on. I mean, we're obviously in the game, so he'll be working with our trainer to see what the deal is. But he said his arm started to stiffen up, and as he was warming up, he couldn't get loose. So. Oh, I mean, I'm sure it's part of it. I mean, that was a really long inning, but I'm not sure. I don't know. I mean, we'll see. What comes of it. We'll hope for the best and see how he recovers. Yeah, it is. Typically in most ballparks, there's a separation between the outfield wall and the batter's eye. But when we moved our field out a couple of years ago, when we did the field renovation, that was a product of it. That it was right up next to the fence. It used to be the case that the line used to run all the way around the batter's eye. So, but it's the first time that I've seen that happen. Well, we talked a lot about Cam Simmons throughout this year, and I felt that the valuable experience he got last year is helping him this year, and he's an imposing figure that's very aggressive with the bat. So it doesn't surprise me really. I think he's got a lot of talent, and certainly it has come together for him this year. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's. I mean, he's been victimized by the home run, and most of those pitches are up in the zone. The same thing happened down at Florida State. They hit 2 home runs off of him, and then he settled down. And so, it's a learning experience for him. He's got to learn to make those big pitches, and most of the time there are mistakes that are up in the zone. But you got to obviously credit them for hitting it. It's they took good aggressive passes against him, And but he needs to continue to mature and grow, and certainly we're going to need him for the rest of this year to pitch good baseball for us and into next year. Yeah, Jake McCarthy's hit towards the top of the order in the early part of the year, and then I kind of switched it up when Weber got hot, and we kind of moved it back there to that situation today. And certainly, I think in the second game, it proved to be beneficial. Outside of that, most of the lineup, has been the same. We've kind of platooned, both Eichhoff and Novak at third base, but what we've been doing in the middle of the order has been very, very consistent. And, I thought Jake McCarthy is doing a terrific job and did a great job in that second game for us in that 2-hole.